Good morning, friends of the internet. We are back again on our Farming Sim 15. Now, if you recall last time, we got this brand new planter here that had a bunch of corn in it. So we went ahead and we got our cornfields all planted. So let's take a look. Here we are right here. Look at that. Our corn is now ready. So we cycled a day just to kind of get us ready for today's harvest so we'd have something to do. So I'm going to harvest this field for us, and I'm going to show you how this works. This is the best thing ever right here. So first thing we need to do is we got to unfold this bad boy and lower it. Perfect. So then we get our machine ready. Everything's unfolded. All right. So this is the easiest way to make chaff. This is like the easiest way to make money, like at the top of the game. So we invested heavily to do this. So what I like to do is you can see those three little brackets on the left hand side that are kind of going up to the little bar with the little red tag on it. I take that last outside bracket and I kind of try to stick it right there at that last row just to be safe instead of trying to go all the way out to the end. So it makes it pretty easy. So we turn this bad boy on. Whoop. What the hell did I do there? Okay, so I wanted to zoom out a little. There we go. So I want it to be about right there. So those are pretty much in row. I can go over one so that bracket is like in between those last two rows, but sometimes I miss them, so I try to keep it about, dead center of that row. And then you can see that chaff just like popping in there. It'll go into the back one, and then once our back trailer's filled up, let me zoom out so you can see it a little bit better. You can barely see it there in the bottom corner. You can see the chaff going in there. And once that gets filled up, it'll actually go into this front one. And then we can take these bins and take them over and dump them off. Now, in my other casual world, I don't know why I really did this. I kind of just thought it would be interesting to do. But I took and bought two more of these tipper trailers. And if I had somebody playing multiplayer with me, I could see where this would be efficient, because what I was doing was I had two sets of those tipper trailers. So once one got filled up, I just ran over, hooked over to the other new ones, and then I could then hook up with another tractor and take it over and dump it off. But it doesn't really matter because you can't hire anybody to do this. So you can see we're about 33% full with this one run. Come on, are you serious? This right here is why I don't like cars. Now I'm pinned. I can't move at all. Wow. I can't move at all. This is why cars in this game are so stupid. Look at this. Oh my God, this is miserable. Let's see if I can even lift this up. No, it's gonna flip it over. This is why I wish they did look, and it just oh my God. It's so aggravating. Look, the minute it gets a second, it just blocks me in worse. Oh my God, bro. This right here is what aggravates me the most about this freaking game. Is these damn cars, man. This is the most stupidest thing I ever saw. Like, why they didn't do something to stop these cars from doing this, man, because this is just dumb. I wish they would fix that, because that's the stupidest thing I ever seen. And the minute the car gets just a hair of room to be able to move forward, it does, and blocks you off even worse. I wish they would fix that mechanic, because that's the worst thing ever in this game. That, or make it to where, like, what I did before in my other world was I actually took two big old trailers and I parked trailers on both sides of this field the minute I started to do the tippers. But by the time I started to harvest, I took two big old tipper trailers and just parked them right in the way so traffic couldn't get through. All right, so back to what I was actually saying, which I've now forgotten. Anyways, so what needs to happen now is we'll go ahead and we'll harvest these out. Now, this is where things get really, really hairy because, oh, I know what I was talking about. So if I was playing on a multi-world, I was talking about trailers. And if I had somebody playing multiplayer with me, I could dump one set of trailers. While they went and dumped it at the biogas plant, I could still harvest, because in this mode, you can't hire somebody to cut. You can't hire anybody right here. Let me see here. Let me show you really fast. So if we go like this, if you notice, there's no way to hire a worker at all. So that's the problem with silage, is no matter what aspect of the silage you're doing, you cannot hire a worker. So that's why fields that have like corn and wheat and all the other stuff that we can assign people to harvest. Like if we had a combine right now that had a corn head on it, we could hire a guy to mow this whole field down. But since we're doing silage or chaff, we can't. We have to manually do it. Same when it comes to mowing. You cannot hire somebody to mow a field. You have to do it yourself. So I think that's the advantage that the game has made, is that it allows you to have to, if you want to make money this way, you have to physically do it yourself. You can't hire a worker to do it, which I'm okay with. I mean, honestly, it just can get very time consuming when you have to do this manually, and then you have to go over and dump the silage in manually. Those are some of the things that kind of suck. Now, like if you could hire somebody to run just cutting the fields like this with this machine, then you could take and have two sets of trailers where then I could run the trailers over and dump them while he continued cutting. But it doesn't work that way. And I guess because it is kind of OP, because as you can see, we've only made like, what's this, our fourth pass, and we're almost full with these two trailers. And we'll see how much that nets us on that silo when we fill it up. Because like I said, we only need 10% to make silage. But my goal I'd like to be a lot more. Now, I'll tell you one thing that you have to be careful with when you're doing this. Sometimes when you're playing Farming Sim and you're just running this thing like this, it's very easy to just kind of be like, okay, it's the same repetitive straight line that you're doing. And you'll go along there and you won't be paying attention. And I'll show you what ends up happening. Unlike most of the equipment, like if you're using a combine and you're cutting this field with corn, it fills up. Okay, and when it fills up, look at this freaking car, dude. It's gonna piss me off. First thing out of the gate this morning. So the first thing that happens when you get filled up with a combine is it has no more room. Now watch our percentage in the bottom. Okay, see, it's full, but I can continue to cut. So you got to be very cautious of that. So what ends up happening is you'll continue cutting the field and not realize it, and you'll just waste a bunch of your chaff. So you got to be very conscious when you're cutting like this, that when it's full, like when you're mowing, the trailer gets full, it's done. When your combine's full, it's done. When you hire a worker and he runs out of seeds in his sowing machine, he's done. But when you do this, it doesn't. You can continue cutting. And I'll tell you, I've hit 100% multiple times and probably finished off a whole row, which hasn't been good. I'm gonna have a drink of my coffee this morning. A little farming, A little Columbia's finest. Oh, I'm there. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to go to the front trailer, because when we pull in, it's going to light up saying that we can dump that trailer. But then when the second trailer gets in, we can hit the button again and it will automatically unload that trailer as well. So we can do a nice long run in here. But we're going to turn this on really quick so we know how much silage or how much chaff this fills up in here with these two trailers. Then it will kind of give you an idea of how much that we can put in there, because see, we've got a lot. This is the way to make money right here. This is your money maker. The big money maker. Okay, let's roll in here. Got that first trailer highlighted, so you'll see the sign pop on. There we go. And then we'll get the next one going. And we'll get both of these in here unloaded. Let's see what this leaves in here for us. So 7%. So when I was mowing with the mower, I would get 2% in that little loading wagon. So I would have to mow for the longest time to get 2% to put in here. Okay, it'd be like, I kid you not, it would take me like 15 to 20 minutes to mow enough to fill up that little loading wagon to get 2%. You can see we made 4 or 5 passes with this thing in a cornfield, and we're at 7%. So you can see how OP this is. So one more load of this, and we could start this fermenting and have another, let's see, 14, probably another 200,000 to 225,000 in cash, ready to roll, just by doing that short little field of corn. So you can see how OP that this really can be. It's amazing. I love doing this because you can get so much cash so quick and really step up your farm game. Like this is the easy part, like cutting the corn, putting it in there, letting it ferment. That's the easy part. But when you got to spend like a lot of hours with a loader to unload and load up all that stuff, oh my God, it gets really, really crazy. Let's unfold this. So we're gonna be ready to cut this field here. Go away, car. Don't even start with me this morning, bro. Not in the mood with your shit. Yeah, let's get this bad boy going. Zoom in a little bit so I can line this up a little bit better. Boom. So yeah, so this is how we make money. This is how we do big time farming. This right here is going to make our farm just go off the chain. What I'd really like to do is really focus hard on this series, and see how much money we can make. I just want to get really aggressive, like we did with this harvester. Just get really aggressive and buy some fields and harvest more corn, and just like try to get as many windmills as we can, and just see how big of an empire that we can really get. Because I've got a lot of equipment and a lot of stuff on my other farm. Oh, are you kidding me? Let's see what the sale was on that thing, how much money we could have saved. Oh my God. This thing cost us 15,000? We could have saved so much money. Oh, that's such BS. Oh well, we already own it, so it is what it is. Well, that's really too bad, because we could have saved, like, what was that, 48, 58, 60 some thousand, plus another 20 on the other one, maybe it was 15. So probably about another 70, 80 grand. That's too bad. That's okay though. We got what we wanted. It's fine. What would be good Is there a let me look at that cell again. So this harvests corn. This does, oh, grass and hay. And this does, oh, we could buy one of these and we wouldn't have to buy a combine, right? Is that the way I'm reading this? It's only 6 wide though. What's this one? 9 wide, 10 wide, 6 wide. The wagon, the cron, that's cron. Okay. So I was gonna say we could possibly buy this to do any kind of other harvesting, but it's only 6 meters wide. That's terrible. I mean, I do like the fact that we can throw it right in the back of a trailer like this, but still, that's like I would as soon buy a combine that had like a 41 meter wide one instead of only a 9 meter. So we'll just wait on that. We won't buy one of those. It'll be a lot easier to just buy a nice combine if we're going to start doing some more fields later on. Because eventually, like I said, there's only so much corn and chaff that we can actually do. So we could actually, in the meantime, while stuff is fermenting, and we start like harvesting or like piling our chaff that's our silage, and when we're turning it in, we could have other fields like canola and stuff like that growing that would net us some more profit. Um, because there's only so much, like I said, there's only so much silage we can do, and once it gets filled up, it takes a long, 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 long ass time to shovel it out of there. So we could be making money on other crops if we wanted in the meantime. 'Cause like I said, we got to do something to kind of break up the series a bit. Otherwise, we're just going to be repeatedly doing the same things over and over and over and over and over again, which is cutting corn to make this chaff, and then dumping silage. So I mean, that's how we're going to make our money at first. So maybe we'll mix it up. Maybe we'll get into some cattle, get some cattle in there, and maybe that'll get some more slurry going, because we're going to need more slurry, because we can only make so much slurry byproduct from the biogas. But if we had some cows that were just constantly making slurry, that'd be like a nice backup reservoir, something like that. I don't know. We'll have to kind of just play it by ear and see how we go. Now, see, again, here I am chit-chatting with you guys, and I wasn't really paying attention to my percentage of where we were loaded at. And I looked down and said, oh, crap, we're at 80% already. Excuse me. Didn't even realize it because I was busy chatting with you guys, and could have easily been at 100% and continued just, like, dragging it off. God, this is such a gorgeous game. I love how this game looks. Such a great game. I love how the little indention of tire tracks, just the little things that they did. Excuse me. The subtle little dirt and stuff. Like, here's something that's kind of interesting too. When you go inside the tractor, if your tractor starts to get dirty, if you actually look down at the floorboard, you can actually see that it's there's dirty footprints on your tractor, which is kind of crazy. Got the hiccups from my coffee this morning. Damn. Oh, I got myself in a bind. Didn't even need a traffic car to do that to me, huh? Okay, let's see. Let's do something here. Let's try this. This is kind of hard for me to do. Let's go right down this field right here. Just keep that one little ping right in front there, going down that one row. See, I do this and I find myself kind of going back and forth a lot because I'm so close to seeing that. I don't got like a wide perspective on it. Let's go like this. And see, being in this cab, the perspective is you don't get a lot of nice view out of the cab. I wish you set a little bit lower because I feel like I'm a 7-foot guy made for a 5-foot guy's car because I'm looking like at the dashboard. That's why you don't see me doing too much in cab kind of stuff because it is very difficult. Like that's a pretty crap view right there if you ask me. It needs to be a little bit lower. Stay right there, car. I'm cutting you off whether you like it or not. Stupid car. All right, back out to this view. Let's hit our cruise control. Crank that up to 26. Have a drink of my morning Joe. We'll go up here and we're going to dump this last load. So basically, let's see. We've been recording. I jumped in. We basically got into harvesting fairly quickly. I've been recording 21 minutes and 30 seconds, so that means we're going to have to end the episode here because I usually try to run about 22, 23, sometimes up to 25. Try to keep them short. That way they're easier to edit and upload. But you can see how long it took us to basically do 2 loads of this, which was basically an episode. And we've got 14% now that we'll have in here, which is perfect. So it's like, this is the way to do it. This is definitely the way to do it. So we know that once we get this done, we're going to have about 200 grand in there, which will give us about 320 with what we have in there right now. So let's do this. Just going to zip here to the other end here and get this last little bit to fill in down here. Oh yeah, boy. All right, let's see where we're at here. This should be 14%, I believe. Let's look at this. Boom. So we're at 14%. So that means we could actually cover this up right now and be done with it. But we're not going to do that. We're going to continue on and we're going to fill this bad boy up. That way we can get as much as possible in this thing, so that we can get a lot of money. Probably what I'm going to end up doing, if I can, let me check something. Can I get up here? Oh, I can. Sweet. Okay, so that field's done. I don't know if the other field. Oh, it looks like the other field's done too. So that other field down there's done, and this field's done. So what we're going to end up doing is I would like to do both of these fields, plus finish off the field that we already got, and put it in here and see how much silage we actually end up with those 3 fields. Then that way we'll know exactly how much it'll fill this silo up. Plus, it will also tell us how much money's in it because we'll take and we'll harvest this whole thing, and then that way we know exactly how much that we actually have money wise out of those 3 fields, netted out of those fields. And hopefully the biogas place won't offer us like double or 1.5 times our amount, because I don't want that to skew our results either. I'd like to know what it would be baseline average. So all right, guys, if you guys enjoyed this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. That way you know when we're posting new YouTube content and when we're live streaming. If you haven't checked us out on Twitch or YouTube Gaming, come hang out, be part of the audience over there. And if you're new to those channels, smash those follow buttons. So until next time, guys, we will see your faces later.